Hi everyone, welcome to this instructional video for Orange. In this video we're going to cover four main topics. We're going to cover our elbow, our hooking punch, our uppercut, and our roundhouse kick. To start off, we're going to start very simple with our elbow. At this rank we look to stop having our only hand striking technique be our punch. Okay? We look to use different parts of the arm to help us with our strikes. So instead of our basic punch being the only thing we can look to do, we take our arm and we bend it. We fold our arm in half. Okay? So we're going to look to fold our arm in half. We're going to have our back hand set by our side and our good kamae, elbow set. From here, our arm is going to take kind of a motion similar to our sweeping block. My arm's going to look to come up to my side, big switch. Up to my side, big switch. Up to my side, big switch. Up, big switch. Okay? If you've watched one of my other videos, you know that elbow can look to go different directions. Okay, so we can look to, instead of coming way out, we can look to come right up the middle, right up the middle. We can also look to go almost at a 45. So instead of coming all the way out, I can look to do 45. Arm comes out, elbow over, okay? My elbow needs to draw nice straight lines, whether it comes from here, here, or here. Straight line, straight line, straight line. And these are going to mix in very well with some of our other techniques that we'll practice in just a minute. For our next technique we're going to look to talk about our hook. Okay? At Orange, you learn multiple ways that you can look to strike one target. Okay? One of the ways that we changed it, you already know, is our elbow. Instead of looking with our fist, we can look to talk about it with our elbow. Okay? When we talk about it, if we still want to use our fist, maybe they're a little further away, I need to look to think about throwing my hook. Okay, so if I'm going to throw my hook, it's very similar to a punch, but instead of a nice straight arm, it's going to look to be almost bent a little bit more than 90 degrees. So there's a bit of a bend to it. So if I bring my arm in front, there's going to be a bit of a bend. Okay? It's not bent all the way in like our elbow is. My fist should be going right towards that side wall. Okay, if I look to throw my hook, it's going to follow a very similar way to our elbow. My arm's going to come flat, switch. Come flat, switch. Flat, switch. Flat, switch. Okay? So our hook follows very similar rules to our elbow. For our uppercut, okay, at Yellow Belt we look to practice our rising block. So our rising block starts way up here, and it has a very similar movement to our rising block. When we look to come up the middle, my fist comes straight up, and we twist. When we look to do just our uppercut, we eliminate that big twist at the end. So I'm going to take my hands and put it in front of me, kind of like our sweeping block or our scooping block. My hand on my side is going to look to go straight up and switch places. It doesn't go all over the place. It looks to go straight up the middle. Straight up the middle, straight up the middle. Okay? Once you get pretty good at the arm motion, we can start to add in the legs. This is where uppercut gets to be very different than some of our other techniques. Okay? So if I'm going to look to throw an uppercut with this side, I'm going to look to sink into my legs on that side, and I can use my legs to help push me up and make my uppercut stronger. Come from the side, straight up, down, straight up, straight up. Okay? So for all of our uppercuts, we can end up using our legs and using a lot of power. Last thing we're going to look to talk about is our roundhouse kick. If I look to be in my sparring stance facing this wall, my leg's going to look to come up, comes up to the middle, more or less straight. Once I get to that midpoint, I'm going to look to twist my hips over so I can throw my kick. So I come up straight. At that midpoint, I look to rotate my hips over and come back. One more time. Comes up straight. Rotates and twists my kick over. Okay? Like all of our kicks, there are 4 parts. Up, out, back, and down. Roundhouse is no exception. That's it for our instructional video for Orange Belt. I'll see you guys in the workout video.